Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new, thank you so much for stopping by. It's really much appreciated. My name's Sharon and my channel is living on a part-time income because that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm very lucky in that I've got a good work-life balance and I work 2 to 3 days a week, and the rest of the time I do things for my mum. I take her shopping, any appointments that she's got. I also get time to spend with my son and his partner and their little girl, my granddaughter. And I get to see my friends as well, more so in the summer holidays, which is really nice. I get to do my YouTube channel. And if you've seen me before, then you might know on my YouTube channel I talk about my grocery shopping in Aldi's, Lidl's, Marks and Spencer. I also talk about personal finances. I talk about thrift finds from the charity shop and Vinted. I talk about days out. So if this is the kind of thing that may interest you and you're new to my channel, then yeah, please do stay and please watch. So today's vlog is a mix of my Lidl shop that was done at the start of the week, and I've also got a recipe with me. One of my lovely subbies requested that could I feature something featuring chickpeas, so I thought I would oblige. And yeah, it was a very, very tasty lunch, and you can have it for dinner as well. I really did enjoy this, and I definitely recommend using chickpeas in this way. I hadn't really thought of using chickpeas this way. I was going to make a curry, but then I thought to myself, let me try something different. So let's go with the recipe with me first. I hope you really enjoy it. And without further ado, let's see what was made. And I hope it gives you inspiration too. Hi guys. So I thought I would do, well, we'll call it a recipe with me today. It's not going to be a cook with me because I'm not actually cooking. Now, one of my lovely subbies asked if I could feature a recipe with chickpeas. So I've been debating, do I do a curry or do I do a salad? And I thought, well, seeing as it's going to be nearly 30 degrees out today, let me do a salad, and then I can always do a curry when it's a little bit cooler. So I'm going to do a couscous, chickpea and avocado salad, and I am going to also be using a couple of the ingredients that I bought from Lidl today, which is the parsley and the coriander. I've got the spices here that I'm going to use, so I'm going to add in some garlic granules, cumin, salt and pepper. And yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be a nice tasty salad which shouldn't take too long to prep and will see me through for dinner. And also I'm pretty much sure there'll be a good healthy serving for tomorrow or Wednesday as well. So let's get going. So I'm just preparing the couscous now. I've put in about 150 millilitres of hot water and mixed in my vegetable stock. And I'm quite satisfied now that that has dissolved. So I'm going to pour that onto the couscous, and I've done 9 tablespoons, which is about 90 grams of couscous. So, oh, there's a little bit of residue, so I'll put that in a minute. And I just need to now let this soak in to the couscous. So I'll leave this for about 10 minutes. So I'll be back. So I have just prepped the veg. I've done about 3/4 of a red onion, and I've got a little bit there left in case it's not enough. And then I did about 1/4 of the cucumber, and then 6 of the mini marvellous tomatoes cut into quarters. I was going to do 8. I've still got the other 2 there, so whether or not I will add them, I'm not sure. So next step is I'm going to drain the chickpeas. Then I can start adding the chickpeas into the salad there and getting the flavours together with the seasoning, the olive oil and the lemon. And then hopefully when the couscous is done, I can add that in and add my parsley and my coriander. And then I'm thinking I'm going to lay the avocado on top. Or do I mix it in? I think I might lay it on top. Let's see how we go. So I've just washed and drained the chickpeas, cut the lemon in half. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all the salad vegetables to the chickpeas. Going to add in a bit of lemon and some olive oil. And then when the couscous has actually cooked, so that's roughly another 4 to 5 minutes, then I think I'm going to add some olive oil to that, some lemon and some of my seasonings, so the couscous is seasoned. And then the plan is to add the couscous to the mix of the chickpeas and the salad vegetables. So I've just added the salad vegetables into the chickpeas. I've added a lemon, and just a top tip when you are adding lemon, this lemon had lots of pips. So what I did first was I squeezed the lemon onto the plate and at least 7 or 8 pips came out. So I'm really pleased I didn't do it straight into the salad because, yeah, I'd still be picking the pips out. So, yeah, top tip, do it on a plate and then decant into your salad. Then I've also put in a nice glug of olive oil and I've put in some salt and pepper. So I'm just mixing that all around. And the couscous should literally be done in the next minute or so. So we'll go and see about getting that fluffed up and adding a little bit of seasoning. So I've just added in a little drizzle of olive oil. Just going to add a little bit of garlic granules, not a lot for the minute. And just a teeny bit of cumin as well. Again, not too much because I can always add. And now I'm going to start fluffing it up. Just reminds me of wet sand. I think I'm going to need 2 hands, so I'll be back once I fluffed it up. So I have just fluffed up the couscous with a fork. Yeah, it was much easier doing it with a fork, but I still needed to hold the bowl to do it properly. And I just added a little bit more olive oil. So now I'm going to take the couscous over to where the salad is, and I'm going to add it in And I'm also maybe going to add a bit more lemon juice and a little bit more olive oil. So I'll be back in the mo when I've added everything together. So I've just mixed it all together. Looks a lovely rainbow of colour. And I've just hand-picked some parsley and coriander, took off the stems as much as I could. I'm now going to chop those up and pop them into the salad. And then I'm going to dish up with some avocado. So I will see you at the dinner table. So I have just dished up. I've added half an avocado and seasoned it with salt and pepper. I did drizzle a little bit more olive oil into my portion now. And look how much I've got left. This is going to last me for tomorrow and Wednesday. So I could well have this with some fish or some chicken wings. I will see. But yeah, that goes a long way. So I'm heading to the dinner table now. We'll do a taste test. So we're at the dinner table. I was going to add in some fresh beetroot, but I think with the amount that I've got left, I could actually have that as another meal for tomorrow. And even add in some canned sweet corn the next day. But the base of it, I think, is really good to add whatever kind of toppings that you want to. So yeah, so I'm going in for the taste test, and I'm going to add in a little bit of avocado as well. Try and get it all to stay on. That is really tasty. That is really nice. I did wonder if I'd added in a bit too much olive oil, but I think by adding little by little as I went along, it's given it a really nice taste. The couscous and the chickpeas work really well together. You got the fresh bite from the red onion, and the tomatoes, although I haven't tried a bit, I know the tomatoes are going to give it a nice zing as well. And the coriander and parsley was just a finishing touch. So very happy with that. And I hope it's inspired you to maybe use chickpeas, couscous, and maybe together as well. Why not knock up a salad? As you can see, it was very quick, very easy, and it's highly nutritious and very tasty. Bon appetit! Hi there. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really did enjoy that. It was so tasty, and it was surprisingly very filling, and the amount that I had left over easily lasted over 2 to 3 days. And the beauty of doing something like that, because your base is chickpeas and couscous, and then obviously the chopped up red onion, tomato and cucumber, you can literally decide what you want to put with it. So as you can see there, I did put avocado. You can use fresh beetroot, you could put tuna on top. Yeah, you can really take your pick as to what you do have. So I hope it inspires you to maybe do something similar. And I must admit, I did add in a few more tomatoes when I was sitting eating it, because the tomatoes really did make the salad so much more juicier. And yeah, so I highly recommend, don't be shy adding in your tomatoes if you do a similar salad. Now my next part of the vlog is going to be my Lidl shop that was done earlier this week. And when I was in Lidl, I did manage to pick up something which has been featured in a previous vlog, and I'm going to quickly talk to you about quinoa. Now, this isn't what was featured in my previous vlog. You will see in a moment from my Lidl shop what I'm talking about. It was a recent cook with me. But the reason I'm mentioning quinoa is because the lovely Sharon over at Living on a Low Income, she introduced me to couscous. And yeah, I'm definitely a convert to couscous, and as you can see from my recipe with me just now, it goes so well into salads, or if you want to make it as part of a main meal for a hot meal, for example. But then that got me to thinking about quinoa. Now, I've never had quinoa before, and I noticed here that in Lidl they do quinoa in a pack, and I did read the instructions, and it does look like it needs to be cooked for at least 20 minutes, so you don't prepare it like couscous. But then I thought, is it something that you would have how you would eat couscous, for example? I did see these pre-packed quinoas and rices that Lidl do, and I didn't pick up a packet. I'm just really not sure about quinoa. If any of you have tried quinoa, would you let me know, please, how you eat it and what you have it with? Is it something similar to how you would serve couscous, for example? I just was a little bit baffled. And yeah, I'm not in desperate need of buying the quinoa, and maybe I will try one of these packet versions to see what it's like first. But yeah, I was very curious about quinoa. So if any of you have tried it, please let me know in the comments and how you enjoy eating it. So without further ado, I'm going to pass you on to my Lidl shop. Hi guys, so it's Monday morning and I've just returned back from Lidl. If you saw my vlog last week, you'll know that I did a teeny tiny shop. I think I bought less than 6 items. So yeah, it's Monday, which is a good shop for me because I budget weekly within the month. My budget starts from Monday for my grocery shop. So I have gone slightly over budget, but that's absolutely fine because that can come from what I didn't spend last week. So without further ado, I'm going to start with what I got. So first on the list, a freebie, an almond croissant. I got to the self-service machines and I thought, let me check my Lidl card, see if I've got any freebies. And I did. I actually had a bakery item for free. So I thought, yeah, let me have an almond croissant. That's what I'm really fancying this morning, with a nice cup of Red Bush tea or a cup of coffee. The next on the list is a cucumber. And there was 15% off this. So the price was 89p. And 15% off was 13p off. Which, yeah, it's pretty good. And I did mean to say that the almond croissant was originally 69p, so that came off the bill. Then also on the list, and I got a discount of 42% off, this was a courgette. So it was priced at 47p, and it says 42% off with Lidl Plus 7p off. So that made the courgette 40p. Next on the list, which was needed, was Domestos bleach, and that was £1.19. And then I also needed some toilet tissue. I still haven't got to Sainsbury's to get my toilet roll of choice, so I thought this will do until I do. And that was £1.55. And then next on the list was some skim milk, which was 99p. I very rarely have milk now unless it's in tea or coffee. So Long Life suits me absolutely fine. And next on the list was some olive oil, as I'm nearly out, and that was £4.65. And then I bought some king prawns for the freezer, and these were £5.49, and I believe there's 750 grams. I thought I would get a big bag because if you see next on the list, I managed to get the Cajun jambalaya rice. Yes, I was very happy to get this. I don't think you can get this in all supermarkets. So I thought, let me buy 3 for the store cupboard. And with the prawns, I've got a few quick, easy, tasty meals here. So the Cajun jambalaya rice were £1.10 each. And if I didn't already mention it, the prawns were £5.49. Next on the list was some red onions. They were 95p. And then I got some new potatoes, and these were 99p. I was looking out for Lidl's own brand of the Activia yogurts, but they didn't seem to have them. So I've had these before and they're quite tasty. They're fat-free, and these are light Greek strawberry yogurts, and these were 95p for 4. Then next on the list was the full fat soft cheese with herbs, and that was £1.09. Then I haven't had these for such a long time, so I got some nectarines, and a 4-pack was £2.35. Then next on the list was some deodorant. I thought I picked up the Sanex, but I noticed I've got Lidl's own brand, so it will do. And that was 99p. Then I needed some more toothpaste, and I get the Colgate Sensitive, and that was £2.85. Then I got some black seedless grapes. Unfortunately, they didn't have my favourite sable grapes, and the punnet was £1.79. Then I got these cherry tomatoes. So on my last Marks and Spencer shop, I managed to get on Yellow Sticker some of their own vine cherry tomatoes, and they were absolutely delicious. So I'm hoping these ones are going to be very similar. And these marvellous tomatoes were £1.99. Then next on the list, I didn't really want to get another loaf of bread because I'm still working my way through my white half bloomer. So I got these brown sandwich thins, and I thought, well, they'd be ideal with something like the cream cheese, and I can put slices of cucumber or slices of tomato in. And the brown sandwich thins were 69p. Then the other thing I needed was the cotton pads, and these were 69p. Then you can just see my 6-pack of ready salted crisps. These were 85p. And then some milk chocolate. Where is that? Oh yeah, so I got a milk chocolate and a white chocolate, and they were 59p each. Then I bought some parsley, that was 52p, and I bought some coriander, which was 52p. So the grand total here came to £36.73. Very happy with that shop. I know I haven't got really any meat, but I kind of stocked up with the prawns, which I will use with the Tilda jambalaya rice. I can also use them in a curry. And when I did a quick freezer inventory, I was pretty okay for meats. So yeah, happy with that shop. So I'll see you in a little while. So I managed to snag the Cajun jambalaya rice. Oh, I was so happy to be able to have a few of these in my store cupboard. Really, really tasty meal. If you've seen my recent cook with me, then you'll know that I added king prawns to it and also some red peppers and courgettes, and it was absolutely delicious, really, really nice. So yeah, so glad I've got that as part of the store cupboard now, and the king prawns as well. So before I end the vlog, I want to tell you about an amazing Superdrug bargain that I got when I was finishing work over the weekend. So basically I needed some new body lotion. The body lotion I've been using previously was Lidl's own brand. I think it was only a couple of pounds. It did the job. It was cocoa butter, but it was one that I'm glad I tried. Don't really want to try it again if I can help it. And I wanted really Dove if I could. And I use previously, before the Lidl cocoa butter lotion, is the Dove pink one, which is a glowy one. So I was really hoping that I might be able to get that on some kind of offer in Superdrug or Savers. So I popped into my local Superdrug, and basically they had all the Doves there, and I noticed they had buy one get one free. So the particular Dove that I use was, I think it was £6 something. Here's a picture here with the price. So it was £6.68, guessing off the top of my head. And then the other Doves were also buy one get one free. And as you can see, they've got the dark red one there, which is, I know Sharon, who's living on a low income, she uses that. So when I got home, I was like, oh, you need to get to Superdrug because they've got this amazing offer. But the buy one get one free wasn't the really good offer. I basically snagged two of the Doves. That's these ones here. And I really recommend this if you fancy a nice glowy feel and look to your skin. I really, really love this Dove. So I took them to the counter and expecting to pay around £6.68 for buy one get one free, which I thought, you know, that's only standing me in £3.34 per bottle. I can't argue with that. And then when she rung it up, it came to £3.34, and she'd scanned both of the bottles. So I didn't argue with her. I paid. I've got the receipt here. I'm not sure if you can see that really very clearly. So yeah, it's £3.34. So each bottle has stood me in about £1.67 per bottle. How amazing is that? I'm not sure if this is going on in all the Superdrugs, but I highly recommend you get yourself off to Superdrug if you use Dove and check out the offers that they've got. So yeah, buy one get one free, and then the bottles were half price anyway. I call that a massive, massive win. Well done, Superdrug. I'm very happy with those. So I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog and my bargains along the way. And thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, would you please consider subscribing to my channel? It would mean so much to me. And thank you for watching. And I will look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.